Everest, the highest mountain in the world, stands majestically on the border of China and Nepal, a part of the Mahalangur Himal mountain range within the vast Himalayas. In this video, we explore the lesser-known and fascinating facts that make this iconic peak more than just a towering giant.
Wow, look at that.
Mount Everest, a mountain of many names, known as Sagarmartha in Nepali, translating to the peak of heaven. In Tibetan, it is Chomolungma, meaning the goddess of the valley or goddess mother of the world. Its official name, however, is Mount Everest, a title proposed by Andrew Waugh in 1865, honoring his predecessor, Sir George Everest, despite objections even from Sir George himself. Before this, it was simply known as Peak. Did you know people have exchanged vows at the top of the world? In 2005, Moni Milapati and Pem Dorji made history as the first couple to marry on Everest's summit after a secret plan. In 2017, a Californian couple tied the knot at the base camp. Love truly knows no bounds. The height of Everest was once a subject of dispute, from Andrew Waugh's 8,814 in 1856 to China's 8,848.11 May in 1975 and Italy's 8,872. Measurements varied. The official height, recognized by both China and Nepal today, is 8,848 mi, determined through modern survey techniques.
I had been climbing together a good deal, and I think we've become a fairly happy pair. And this was just one example of how a pair roped together are a unit, and how one is always protecting the other. I was leading down the icefall, and when I was crossing a crevasse, a large lump of ice gave way on which I was standing, and I set off down the crevasse.
Since Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay's historic ascent in 1953, over 4,000 people have conquered Everest. Apa Sherpa and Furbatashi Sherpa lead the way, having reached the summit an astonishing 21 times each. Before Hillary and Norgay, George Mallory, Andrew Irvine disappeared near Everest's summit in 1924. Mallory's remains were found 75 years later, but Irvine's fate remains unknown. Did they conquer Everest before Hillary and Norgay?
My advice to elderly people trying to stay fit is keep traveling, have fun, eat delicious things, and discover new places.
9 years old in the 4th grade when I first noticed a mural of the 7 summits, which are the highest point on every continent. I said, wow, this looks pretty cool, I think.
Age is no barrier on Everest. Jordan Romero, a 13-year-old from the USA, became the youngest summiter in 2010, while 80-year-old Yuichiro Miura holds the record for the oldest in 2013, having climbed Everest at both 70 and 80.
どういうふうにして死を迎えるかっていうのは本当に分かりませんけれども、その瞬間まで面白かったなって。
Breaking barriers, Junko Tabei of Japan became the first woman to summit Everest in 1975. In 2014, a 13-year-old Indian girl became the youngest female climber to conquer the peak, adding her name to the history books.
It was late in the afternoon on November the 8th, 1951, and Shipton and the expedition...
Everest is not just for climbers. Adrenaline seekers have used it as a playground for extreme sports. From skiing by Yuichiro Miura in the 1970s to base jumping by Valery Rozov in 2013, Everest offers more than just a summit to conquer. Despite its harsh conditions, Everest hosts life. Moss grows at 6,840 meters, boasting the record for the highest altitude plant. Birds like the chough and bar-headed goose navigate its heights, and the black jumping spider, EVEREST'S omnisuperstes, claims the title of the highest non-microscopic permanent resident on Earth.
The year 1970, a Japanese expedition comes to Mount Everest.
This guy leaves the summit of Everest and goes 6,000 feet down in like 2 minutes.
His parachute is pretty nice. It's a pretty sweet parachute, though. It's all pretty. But
Everest is not just a mountain. It's sacred. The Sherpa people consider it holy, believing in the presence of gods, demons, and even the legendary Yeti. Buddhist monasteries and prayer flags adorn its slopes, and according to Tibetan Buddhism, the goddess Myolang Sangma resides at its peak. Mount Everest, a pinnacle of nature's grandeur and human achievement, continues to captivate the world with its breathtaking beauty and incredible stories. This is the Everest Experience, a journey to the top of the world and beyond.